Gamers, now that we've conquered the Ender Dragon, it's time to show total dominance by transforming its homeland into a lush paradise. This is probably going to be my biggest project yet, so without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. Alright gamers, so I'm going to break our overall objective here down into several steps, starting off of course at step 1, which is gathering all of the required resources. I also just wanted to quickly mention we're now on the 1.20 update. I've got some ideas relating to the update cooking away, so stay tuned for them. But first up, dirt. We are going to need an absolute shitload. Now, thankfully, I do already have quite a bit. This isn't all of it. I believe the rest is at my other base over there. Also, by the way, we've got new shaders, new settings. You can see some nice water puddles over there. If you want your game to look this good, be sure to check out my other video where I showcase my shaders, settings, and how to install everything. But yeah, here is the rest of our dirt. We've got a whole double chest full, another double chest full. Jesus Christ. Okay, we should be set on dirt, hopefully. I'm also going to go ahead and make a bunch of shulker boxes so that we hopefully don't have to do 2 trips to the end, because that would suck, as now I have to do yet another trip to the oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind, I swear, dude. So I'm gonna go make those real quick right now. Alright, so there we go. There's our 3 shulker boxes full of dirt. We'll also need some grass as well, because I do want it to turn into grass. Yeah, so I'll get that eventually. But now, the next resource we'll be needing is jungle saplings and jungle leaves, of which I have absolutely none of. So we're gonna head over to the nearby jungle over here. If I turn my render distance up, you'll be able to see it a little bit. Yeah, you can just see the trees over there. So yeah, I'm gonna head over there, harvest a bunch of trees, and get a bunch of saplings and leaves. Okay, and there's our jungle saplings and leaves. Hopefully that's gonna be enough. I feel like it probably won't be. Next up on the resource list is quartz blocks. Now, thankfully, I did get quite a bit of this while we were mining our netherite, as I was actually collecting it while we were going. And yeah, so these quartz blocks are gonna be for the modern style mansion that I actually want to create. It's gonna be on top of the end portal that's there. And yeah, I feel like it should look pretty cool in the paradise kind of setting that we'll be adding. So we ended up getting this much quartz blocks. Hopefully it's going to be enough. I still feel like it's not going to be, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. I've also got some spruce logs as well, just in case if I want to add some wood details in that. And then in this chest over here, we have just a whole bunch of our random detailing blocks. We've got furnaces, chests, you know, the whole kit and caboodle. And so yeah, with that, I think we are now ready to head back to the end and get started with our project. Okay, now that we're back at the end, it's time to get started with step 2, which is simply adding a layer of dirt and grass to this entire island. Now, that does sound pretty simple and easy, but yeah, when you look at the whole scale of this bad boy, it's definitely going to take a while. And just for funsies, I'm going to estimate how long it's going to take, and I'm going to say, I don't know, maybe 47 minutes and 23 seconds. And so yeah, let's get started. Okay gamers, it's time to take a quick break from placing dirt. So let's see what the kiddies are up to, and it looks like all 3 of them are here under the kitchen table. First, let's start off with Big Kitty. What are you up to, mate? Oh. Then over here we've got Fluff. There she is. Sorry to disturb you, mate. And then the final kitty over here, we've got Snow. You're looking mighty grumpy today, kitty cat. Alright, that's about it gamers. Let's get back to the job at hand. As I was placing away, yeah, as you can see, I came very close to falling off the edge right here. Holy mother of God, thank God that is done. It is definitely safe to say my estimate of 47 minutes and 23 seconds was very, very far off, because this actually ended up taking a grand total of 3.5 hours to do. And now I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. I did end up downloading a mod that just simply stops the Endermen from picking up blocks because it was getting very annoying. Let me tell you, it is very frustrating placing in all of these blocks and then just having these pricks around here just freaking moving all of them and placing them them everywhere. So that's the only mod that I have, you know, added to this series. I feel like it's a pretty harmless one, so hopefully you guys are okay with that. I do apologize if that makes anyone upset, as that's not my intention. I just wanted to make this process, you know, as uncomplicated as possible, and adding that mod in definitely helped with my sanity. As you can see, all of this area here is, before I added the mod, you can see how much they have absolutely stuffed up the area. Yeah, kind of annoying. Okay, and so now with the entire end island covered in dirt and grass, hopefully, you know, eventually it's going to be covered all with grass. I need to get some more lanterns everywhere. It is now time to go around and place a whole bunch of jungle saplings everywhere. I'm wanting this to be a nice, lush kind of jungle forest. So yeah, it's once again time to start another time lapse of placing trees everywhere. Let's get started. And yeah, of course, it turns out I did not have anywhere near enough jungle saplings, so I had to end up spending a whole bunch of time just frickin' farming jungle trees here. I definitely underestimated how long and how big of a project this would be, because now I am behind in schedule for my videos. So yeah, hopefully this video isn't going to be late for you guys. But yeah, as you can see, even with all of that, we have left out this area, a lot of the back area and area off to the left as well. I've simply just decided to, you know, maybe revisit that another time, because we still have more stuff we need to do, like bone milling all of this grass everywhere to actually get grass so everywhere doesn't look as flat as it does. And this is probably going to take another hour or so to just go around and do all of this. We might have to be a little bit sparse on the bone mill placement around the edges, but I'm going to keep it pretty dense around this area towards the, you know, area of the mansion here. But yeah, doing this project has definitely given me an appreciation for, you know, the scale of these kind of projects, because I literally thought I might be able to smash this out in a day or two, but we are now on day 4, and things aren't looking too great at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to continue bone milling all of this grass everywhere, and once again, I'll be back when this is all done. Okay, and there we go. There's our lush paradise coming along pretty nicely. I've placed a whole bunch of leaves around the place as well. I've also added some along this here to make it like a kind of a pathway, which I think looks pretty cool. I kind of want to move some of these lanterns over so they're not like blocking the path. Yeah, there we go. That looks a bit better. Let's also get rid of that. Let's also use up the last of our leaves here. Might as well just chuck one there. There we go. Okay, and so with that done, I believe it is now finally time to move on to step 5, which is going to be building our modern style mansion right in the center of the end island here, or lush paradise, I should say. Okay, so as for the mansion here, as you can see, we've already laid out the pillars, so I do have a general idea of how I want this to be laid out. As you can see, we've got a bit of an L shape here, and so I'm thinking I want to raise up this back rectangle here to be 2 high, like 2 stories high. This is like 1 story high, you know what I'm trying to say? And then this front area here will be a balcony that'll branch off from here, so this one will only be 1 story high. So I'm just gonna go around and raise all of these pillars up to the correct heights, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so there's all of the pillars now at the correct heights. Now I'm thinking for the front door, I probably want to add it to this area here. We might add in like a bit of a pathway that'll branch off and around this way. I might actually make that out of grass as well. So let's just quickly do that now. Why the hell not? Do have 14 grass blocks left, so there we go. We might as well use those up, and I'll just thicken this pathway up as well. There we go. Okay, so now as for the design of the mansion, we're going with a modern theme, of course. So I'm thinking I want to add in some big, like, kind of C-shaped walls. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah. So we're going to do something like this, and maybe even actually remove these blocks here of the pillars. And we'll fill up the rest of these with some glass, and oh my god, I just realized I didn't get any glass. Dude, what am I doing? Now I have to do yet another trip to the... oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind, I swear, dude. Alright, well, yeah, let's just get the whole, like, you know, baseline of this resort thing built, and then we'll go and get the glass and add that on after the fact. So you can kind of see the idea that I'm going with here. And I think to make this look a little nicer, we could even add some little inset pillars here, maybe on that side and maybe over here as well. Let's see how that looks. I think with that, we need to add a bit of an overhang here so that it kind of branches past that pillar, and then we'll do the same there as well. And yeah, that looks pretty cool. I actually really like that. And now as for the rest of the base, I'm pretty much just going to scale this up. So we're going to continue this like C shape here. We're going to fill in these walls, and then we'll fill in the ceiling as well all the way across. And I'll just do that as a real quick time lapse right now. Okay, and there we go. There's the main kind of, layout of the mansion here. I decided to go with this cool spruce inlay design thing here to kind of match our pillars as well. And so up here, the glass is going to be behind these slabs on this layer here, and I feel like that's going to look pretty nice. As for down below, we're going to have the glass in between all of these pillars along this block here. Now, I decided to keep this area over here kind of like, a nature feature wall or something like that. I don't really know. I feel like it's a nice, unique looking design, and I feel like it might have looked weird if we just had, like a cutoff here, and then we had the glass of the mansion just facing into, a hill. So just kind of leaving it natural kind of looks cool. I'm happy with that. I also just forgot I need to fill in the freaking ceiling here with our slabs. Let me get that done real quick. And yeah, while I'm doing this, I'll also just mention we're gonna go back to the overworld once a bloody again and get a whole bunch of sand, smelt that into glass for the windows here. So yeah, give me a second. I'll get this ceiling done. I'll get the glass and I'll be back. Yo, this is Editing Josh here. Once again, I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. My wife saw how much I was freaking struggling with this project and she really wanted to help out. So I opened the world to Lan and she joined and helped me. So thank you so much to her. Love you. Mwah. Yeah, this video wouldn't have been possible without her help. So hopefully that's okay with you guys. Now, back to the video. Okay, and there we go. There's all of the glass added in. Now it's time to go ahead and add in our doors. Starting off here at the front door, let's place in our 2 spruce doors like so. And then above those, let's add in some spruce trapdoors as well, just to fill in this little gap. Looking good. Now, as for the second floor up here, let's place a single door in this spot right here, and then we're going to surround it with some spruce trapdoors like so. And now finally, we're once again going to do the same thing on this side as well. We can also add these blocks back here as well, because I thought it might have looked weird having them there, but yeah, now I can actually see that it looks pretty nice having those there. So yeah, we're gonna leave those in. Now I want to add some railings for our balcony here, and I definitely think a really nice railing design will be some glass panes. So either we're gonna start it here or here. I think it's gonna look better if we do it here, and let's bring this all the way around to the other side like so. And there we go. There's a nice little railing design. Now let's do the same on this side as well. Now this side might look a little bit weirder because we don't really have anywhere to connect it up over here. I think we'll just go ahead and do that though. Let's bring this all the way around over to this side here. Okay, and so with all of that done, it's now time to move on to the interior. So firstly, we're going to need a staircase to get up to the second floor. And I'm thinking maybe right here is a nice place to add it in. So let's start it off right there. And then of course, just, extend this up to the ceiling. Okay, and that actually ended up working out perfectly. There we go. Now we can actually access the second floor. Hell yeah. Okay, so now let's figure out the placement of where we want to add our stuff. I'm thinking maybe on this back wall here, we could maybe actually add in another pillar here to separate the areas a little bit. So let's leave a gap of maybe 3 like that. And then we'll leave another gap of 3 here. And so maybe in this gap here, let's add in some storage. Maybe let's add some barrels along the top. And maybe actually let's put those on a bit of a table. Let's grab the spruce stairs here and just do maybe something like this actually could look nice. Like that. And let's get a slab in between. And then we can chuck our chests on top like so. Now let's make the side beside this maybe the crafting area. So let's grab all of our crafting blocks that we have pre-prepared. Actually need to go grab our crafting table up over here. So let's first add our crafting table right in the center. Then beside that, a stone cutter maybe, and also an anvil here. Then maybe as for up at the top, let's add our... Yeah, that kind of sucks, eh? We don't have another block to use. Okay, we're going to do it a little bit differently because this might not work out as well as I wanted it to. Let's do that instead with a loom there. Then let's maybe add in a bit of a shelf like this. And then on here, let's add in our stone cutter. Actually, we'll move the stone cutter over to the left. Let's put the anvil here, and then we'll have our stone cutter on this shelf here. And then for the grindstone, let's maybe place it... Let's see how it looks up there. Yeah, that's all right. That's not too bad. I actually kind of like that. It's a bit interesting, unique looking crafting area. We can also maybe put a lantern on that block there too. Okay, now maybe under the stairs here, let's add in another little 3 wide section and make this maybe the smelting area. So let's grab out all of our furnaces. Let's maybe place in a row like that. On top of this, let's place an extinguished campfire right in the middle, and then maybe a flower pot off to the left with a flowering azalea. And then maybe a lantern on that final block. And let's add in our signature archway design as well up here. So we'll get our stairs and then our trap door in between. Oh yeah, that's a nice cute little smelting area. Now the plan was to have the end portal here to be like kind of the main feature of the base. Unfortunately, I didn't really line it up very well, as there is a 2-block gap here and then a 0-block gap, so that's kind of annoying, but we'll have to live with it. Now over on this side, maybe what we could do is just add in a bunch of random detailing blocks. Let's get some barrels, some chests, let's get our pots with a couple of flowers as well, and let's just maybe scatter around a whole bunch of random stuff. Maybe chuck an extinguisher extinguished campfire up here with a flower pot and a cornflower. Then over here, I actually realized that we need to fill that up with some glass. So let's go grab our glass and let's just fill that in because that will look kind of weird if we don't. Oh my God, what am I doing, man? God damn it. I need to get one more piece of glass. Just bear with me, boys and girls. Okay, there we go. Looking better. Now up here, maybe let's add another pot plant with a flowering azalea this time. Over this way, maybe another extinguished campfire. Let's add a chest there and a chest there. And yeah, that's looking pretty cool. Like a nice little like detailed feature wall thingamajig. Maybe it's also add in a couple of lanterns. I think that'll look nice. There we go. That looks better. And yeah, so that pretty much does it for the bottom floor. We don't really have a lot of area to work with because we have these massive sprawling windows, and it's going to be kind of the same story up here. We mainly just need to fill up this central area of the ground, and we can achieve that by using some island designs that I use in quite a lot of my bases like this. So let's place maybe a barrel here, and then let's have some chests facing away from that. And I just realized we're not actually going to be able to place another one. So let's maybe just... how are we going to do this? Maybe there, and then like this on this side. It does look kind of weird. I don't know. Does that look weird, guys? I think it does. But I don't really know how else we're going to fill up the space up here. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Okay, maybe let's just have one central island here. We might actually, what we could do is actually just make it a bit longer of an island. Let's do something like that and have chests on the ends. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I actually like that. Now let's surround it with some signs so that it feels like it's contained and part of one thing. Oh my God, dude, what am I doing? Then on top of this, let's add in maybe a pot plant right in the center. Let's do a cornflower. Now, as for this back wall here, we do have quite a few furnaces and chests left. So maybe let's add in a bunch of furnaces along the top here, and then let's add some chests along the bottom. Then let's have some stairs holding it up like this, and we can connect those up with some slabs just to make like a little shelf design. And yeah, I think that's looking pretty cool. Actually, I think a better way to do this would be having those chests like that, and then maybe let's add a block like this, a stripped spruce log, and then let's place a lantern on top of that as well. Yeah, that looks better. I like that. That looks pretty good. And now as for the balconies, I feel like I just want to leave these clean just because I think it looks, you know, clean. And so now that leads us up to the roof where I have a very special, cool looking design that I want to utilize. Okay, and so yeah, for that special design, I'm thinking I want to add in some solar panels. I added this to one of my other modern mansion bases that I built recently, and it turned out looking pretty cool. Now, I definitely don't have that many solar panels. Well, you know, they're actually daylight sensors, but they look like solar panels to me. Yeah, I've only got 40 because I was running pretty low on quartz because I had to freaking use it all on these blocks here. So we're gonna have to be kind of, you know, a little bit mindful of where we're actually placing these. So let's maybe do something like that, and then we'll have some more raised ones up here. Now, I know these are solar panels. They're supposed to, you know, get the light from the sun, of which there is none in the end. Yeah, we're not gonna question it. Now, I don't know why I made so many fences for this. Like, I don't know what I was thinking when I freaking made that many fences, but yeah. So that actually worked out pretty well. We've only got 4 left. And yeah, I feel like that looks pretty cool. Definitely whenever we're like, you know, in the tree tops for whatever reason. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Yeah, we'll see these cool little solar panels. Definitely a unique design. I highly recommend adding something like that to the top of your modern mansions instead of just leaving it flat. It's definitely a nice detail to add. And yeah, so that pretty much does it for this absolutely ridiculous video that took way too long to do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.